Hello, and welcome to Silicon Valley Girls Chat Over Tea. I'm Gloria.
And I'm Rosetta. And
Look
do
where
you
we
see
are!
this? Do you see this? Do you see
This
this?
is not a picture.
We
is
are
real.
together. For how many months have we not been together? Probably
15.
February 12. Well, it was, when did we do the last one? It was probably January, right? February?
Well, we did February. I think we did the last one was like maybe the first week of March.
March.
Yes, 2020.
So that was 12. 15 months.
Yes,
15,
it's been a
16.
long
Oh my
time.
goodness.
We've been
we're
Zooming.
back. Hello, we're back. Alive, we're well, we're
Yes.
happy, we're excited.
Yes.
And we want to remind you that we would love all your support. Thank you for returning, for those of you that are returning. And if it's your first time, go ahead and hit that thumb icon to say that you like our videos, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell notification.
Which is at home.
Oh, I don't bring the bell. The bell notification if you don't want to miss any of our videos, right?
Right.
And as always, we'd like to talk about our teas today, Gloria, right?
Yes.
And
yes.
we have a surprise because we're not drinking regular teas. We went to Bobaholics, get
Yes.
the name right. And we got some teas, and this is what
Yes.
it looks like.
Yes.
I'm excited. Well, it's really
Yes.
weird because I asked for the same size as Gloria, got a larger size, and they put a different cap on my one, which is,
Yes.
they never
Which
asked me.
Which is different.
So we'll go with Gloria first. What did you order?
So I ordered a matcha milk tea. And I'm trying for the first time. I think you can see on the very top, that is a white it's not sea salt, but it's salted cream. So we're going to see what that tastes like. And then, of course, I got some pearls. Girls got to have our pearls.
Yay! And I got a jasmine milk tea with the same salted cream. I love it. I just love this salted cream. Anything salted.
Oh, man.
I'm not a big fan of too much salt in my food, but salted caramel, salted chocolate. This is amazing. So I asked for that. And it's, did I say jasmine? Yeah, I said jasmine. So they have it in a different, I'm going to have to take the lid off because, all right, this is really on here.
Well, you can take this part off.
Yeah, but then how?
Yeah. Does that fit inside? Or does it fit over there?
Ooh.
See, we're learning something new.
It's new. I'll have to figure it out. I think you put the, oh, look, the lid. You can put, they have this little thing so it doesn't spill in the car.
Right.
And then they have on the opposite side where you can put your straw. So
Yeah.
we'll see. There you go.
There you go.
All right.
Cheers.
Excited. Did you try the salted?
Yes.
You have to
So
raise your straw
I did
and drink
salted first. Now I'm going fully in.
Yum. This salted, this is even better than the other place near my house, but it's
This
still.
is very good. Oh my God.
Oh, yum, yum, yum.
That is very good. It's not overly sweet because I got the matcha tea.
And we adjusted our sweetness.
Yes. So always remember when you go to different tea shops, you can always adjust the sweetness. So if you don't like a lot of sugar, you don't have to be overwhelmed by the sugar.
I like that because in the past when they first introduced boba places, you couldn't do that. Now they understand their customers and they say this is a good option because would rather have customers than not have customers.
Exactly.
So I love
this
it.
Is
This
amazing.
Amazing.
So as always, we like to kick off our chat with Ellen. Ellen always reminds us to be kind to one another. And during COVID-19 and all the sheltering at home, and she wants people to slow down, she said for everyone to listen to one another. So as we start to open up, she needs to start reminding people to do that because it's so crazy. People have forgotten their patience, they've forgotten their social etiquette. And so we're just here to remind you to be kind to one another, always.
Yep, that's very important. Kindness and love.
Yes.
The two things that go hand in hand. And if you're watching and you're a young child, or if you have parents, we always talk about teaching your kids from top down how to be kind, loving, respectful young adults.
Exactly. That's important. So Ellen has been preempted a few days this week due to major social events. Sports events like they call it football in England, but here we call it soccer. So they've had some major events, and so the guys have been having a good time stepping over the top of our Ellen. However, we know she'll be back real soon.
And she's actually going to be on vacation if she's not already, right?
Right.
Her usual summer vacay.
Absolutely. So let's get into our chatting. We're going to try something a little different. Normally we try and just kind of go over what it is we want to talk about. Today we're going to just let it flow since we're back together. So the Bachelorette.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my
I
God.
took notes because I have to remember all the guys' names. Too many guys to remember, right? Oh my goodness. The guys. This week was, I'm telling you, every week has been filled with drama, excitement, emotions.
I thought when Matt James was the first Bachelor, that was the most dramatic, drama. I mean, every week it was something new. Katie's season, oh my God, it's even worse.
Because she wears her heart on her sleeve, and she actually tells people like it is. She's not going to put around with any BS.
That's
right. I like her. I really like her. She's really gone above and beyond my expectations of just being true to herself and authentic,
right?
Which is what I love. And then comes, I don't get this. The last season, remember Claire Crawley, she left. And then Tayshia took over, and then that wasn't last season. That was the season before, because Matt James was last season.
Yeah, it was.
Then it went to Matt James.
Yeah.
And then Matt James, 6 weeks into it, Heather came.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why they do that. This is ridiculous. And then this season they did the same thing. 6 weeks, and all of a sudden Blake shows up.
Now Blake had, like she just shared with you, Blake was on.
Claire's season.
When Claire left, Blake was still there, so he got to interact with Tayshia, and now he's interacting with Katie. If anything, if he's not the husband at the end of this, come on, ABC, he should be done. Sorry.
I don't even know why they do this. It's maybe they want to have some drama stirred up because that's what ratings are. But to me, I think it shouldn't be allowed because that's unfair for the women that've been there. Or the guys that have been there for 6 weeks. They've invested their time, their emotions. And all of a sudden, for this Blake to come in, and this episode, he was the first one-on-one date for that week.
Yes. So not only did he come in late, then she picks him and gives him the solo date card. And he comes home with the rose.
I'm sorry. He was decent in his previous with Tayshia and Claire Crawley, but now he's got to go. I don't like him. Sorry. I thought he was okay, but he's got to go. And then what else? Andrew S.
Yes.
He had the one-on-one date.
Yes.
I like this guy.
I like him a lot. I like him because, he laid it out. He said, I am an African-American man. You are a white woman. It takes a special individual to be the mother. And then Katie, I loved her. I had another aha Katie moment. She told him, she says, I will be like a mother bear. No one and nothing will affect my children. And that's what you need going into a relationship like this, because I didn't realize it. He had proposed before.
Yeah.
And when it got to the point of, wait a minute, that woman was not in a position to be married to a black man.
Because he said that if someone comes up to you and questions whether those kids are your kids,
right,
how are you going to respond? So I guess the nearly fiance didn't handle it that well. That's my assumption. But I think that Katie can hold her own.
I do too.
And she doesn't care.
And she told him that. And they seem to be much, it was a good date, the whole thing, like he's afraid of horses and she got him on a horse. So, I like the whole
like
thing.
him. He's very laid back. Once he gets into it, he gets laid back and he's just doesn't play around. I I could.
Yeah.
He's one of the ones I could see together.
And there's a guy named Greg.
Greg, I like Greg.
I like Greg.
I've always liked Greg, but the thing that made me hesitant about whether she likes him or not is that she said, I think it was last week or this week, she goes, "You're like a little lost puppy or something."
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, what is that meant to mean? Does it mean like she prefers someone that doesn't seem like with the deer in the headlights? Is that something that's negative, or how? I mean, if you're watching this, comment below because we want to know what that means.
Yeah.
I hope he has a front running because I still like him. I do like him.
I think she likes him too because she also said he is like the neighbor next door.
Okay.
So, I think a lot of it is like getting to know him. Now, you want to talk about, and it's not that I don't like him. I don't like his behavior. Hunter. So, Hunter goes on a date. And they do this whole sports thing, 13 guys. And of the 13 guys, they got kind of physical and they got rough. I don't know. That's another thing I don't understand, why they keep putting them in these skimpy, the girls and the boys, these skimpy clothes, and then putting them in a position that they could expose themselves and things can come out.
Yeah.
I didn't like that. So Hunter does well. Katie likes him. She gives him the rose from the group date. So they're doing the cocktail party before the final roses are given out. So what does he do? He sets up he sets up an area. He has the telescope from home and he wants to show her Uranus off of his telescope. And then, he wraps her in a blanket and he sits down and the guys are all going, "Wait a minute, you got a rose. Why are you doing this?" So because of his behaviors, I hope Katie's going to see he's not a very kind person because you got a rose. You don't have to take her time. And he was like, they kept showing clips of him. I'm not here for them. I'm here for Katie.
Well, Katie seemed to not mind. She didn't seem like she was
But
troubled.
at one point she did say, it isn't like you don't have a rose.
Right. Okay.
So she kind of said something, but I don't think she said it until James, who kept interrupting them, made a point to say, and there were guys that were in the house that got no time with her.
Well, I think that was his mistake to do that. He should not have done that because she sees that. And why would you want to? You've already solidified that you got a rose. You don't need to be there vying for that rose and you have it. So you know how she feels for you, right?
Right.
Got the rose. Give other people a chance. There are other guys in the house that I don't really know much about because they really haven't been.
They never got a chance to spend any time with her.
Right. But so Hunter got to go. He's got to go.
Yeah.
So my top picks I really like are Blake's got to go as well. So I like, who did I say? Andrew and Greg. Those are my top two.
Yes.
But did you see at the end, they showed what's to come, drama to come for next week.
So now at the end, they show these scenes. So it looks like somebody else is going to come from the past because she says, "What are you doing here?"
This is crazy.
So it's either someone from the past or one of the guys is coming to talk to her or one of the guys she sent home.
Right.
Then there's a scene where I don't know who the guy is. He had on a white shirt and she's sitting there and she goes, "I think I might have just sent the future husband home."
So we don't know because they show clips of what they want you to see. So it's all like put together in a way that it doesn't really jive. So you could be seeing the guy and she could be saying this and it could be to someone else. They do this. They set it up.
They move it all around.
They all set it up. So we're excited to see what's happening.
Yes.
For you fans out there, Bachelor Nation, if you're interested in commenting, we would love to know who are your top guys that you're rooting for.
Yes. So please let us know. And next week we'll tell you what we find out because Katie is like, she says, I have to stop it. I'm going to be sick. And then she also said, "I'm done. Book me a flight. I'm done."
Wow.
So next week, I'm sure we'll have even more to share.
Yeah, I'm excited to find out what happens.
Yes.
Yay!
So we also wanted to acknowledge that Prince Harry and Prince Williams dedicated their mom's new statue on July 1st, which would have been her 60th birthday. The part that I love the most is they just looked like brothers walking and talking.
Nice.
I didn't feel any hesitancy. I didn't feel any dismay. Of course, people tried to make it about the wives. Why isn't Megan here?
I know.
Why isn't Kate?
I know.
Okay, now, she just had a baby.
She's not going to be.
Number one, her baby hasn't even begun to build its immune system.
Right.
So you think a brand new mommy is going to get on a plane with strangers acting badly with her baby? That's not going to happen.
Yeah, and I think that this whole thing was more about the brothers, because it's their mother, right?
Mm-hmm.
The brothers, and just seeing this new statue that had been erected, and I think it's great. I understand Megan didn't go, but it was good that Kate didn't go, because then it's not so much about the women, because a lot of times when you see both the husband and wife, especially with the royals,
Right.
everyone wants to see what the women are wearing, what they're up to.
Right.
This is all about Princess Diana and the brothers. And I'm so glad that you got to see them together. I'm really hoping that they build that friendship, that brotherly bond they had years ago. Because remember, Harry was 12 when his mom passed away.
Yes.
So
he was much younger, and I think it affected him much more. The sad thing for me, and I'm not being negative, I'm just saying it's sad for me. Prince Charles was nowhere to be seen, nowhere to be found. I understand the Queen. The Queen can't go to every little thing. And, there could have been, we have technology now. They could have done a pre-video of him saying, this is a moment for my sons.
Right.
And I'm here in spirit, not physical, because this is for my sons. He could have went out. He could have talked. There's so many things he could have done, yet he did nothing. And I don't know. I'm a Princess Diana girl. I love her.
I love her.
I love her heart. Some people might not remember. We were just talking about how she would embrace the unembraceable. I have AIDS, I'm dying. And she would just hug them. She would just lean full in. And people were like, oh my God, she could get this horrible. She never did. Because she did everything from her heart.
She was very authentic. And we got to talk about the statue that they erected.
Yes.
Did you see it? Well, here it is.
Yes.
Here's the picture of it.
Yes.
Look at that. Look at Lady Diana, and look at the little kids beside her. Look at the one on the left. Looks like an African American child. The girl looks like she's could be European.
Yeah.
And then we have another child behind her.
Yes.
And they said that outfit was worn when she was with her two sons.
Yes.
During one Christmas. It was on a Christmas card.
Yes.
That is amazing. That outfit was great, and I love that statue. And they had a whole piece on the man that sculpted it.
Yes. Yes.
Because years ago he did the coin with Queen Elizabeth on it.
Yes.
And it's amazing.
Just beautiful work.
For him to be commissioned to do that is a real honor.
Yeah.
So.
And now all the locals will be able to go to the gardens and see this beautiful statue.
Next time I go back to England, that's where I'm going, because oh my goodness, I love it. I love it. I'm excited.
Yes.
I'm excited. And I heard, because I have a friend that's going to be traveling to Europe, I think as of this month, the 14th or the 19th, they're going to talk about how they're going to stop. They're going to not have you shelter anymore.
Right.
When you go to Europe, you have to shelter for 14 days.
Right.
They're going to do away with that.
Right.
So I'm excited because that's a thing that I did not want. And you have to take the COVID testing. And
they're still going to have you do the testing. The thing, though, to hear people, vaccinated people.
Right.
You have to be vaccinated. If you're not, there could be different, guidelines. Like we're cruisers. We love cruising.
I love it.
We cannot wait to get on a ship. So, say for example, Florida, where they're not allowing the companies like Princess and Royal Caribbean, and there's another big one that goes out of Florida. They have a law restricting their ability to ask their patrons and passengers for verification of vaccination. So what they're doing instead is they're just like, if you're vaccinated, full access. Non-vaccinated, you have to go over here. So the beauty of being on a ship is full access. It would be terrible if they, and I think they should do this, they should put them in a corner, like a little dunce hat on their head, because there are people that are still getting sick. So,
well, my sister is actually going on a cruise this year, and I was like, but her cruise ship, they're only allowing people that are fully vaccinated.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone has to be fully vaccinated. But it's opening up Europe, and I'm excited. So when I go back, I will be checking out Lady Diana's statue. I'm so excited, and I'll take pictures.
Yes, and then we'll show you those pictures when she gets back.
Yeah.
I love it. So our hearts and prayers still is going out to the Surfside families. The collapse of those condos has just been devastating because it's so much of the unknown. No one knows what happened. No one knows how this happened. There are, you have to pull a permit. Like here in California, if you want to dig up your own sidewalk, you got to pull a permit because there are water pipes, there are gas pipes, there's all kinds of things. So I'm sure there's going to be lots of investigations into this. We just don't know how long that's going to take. The last count I heard was 30 plus, but there's still 100 people missing. So our thoughts and prayers are with them.
And I'm so glad they demolished the other side that was standing, because that could go anytime either.
Anytime.
I'm glad that they did it, but I'm just happy that it didn't collapse on itself before they did the demolition. That would have been another. Could you imagine?
Well, not just that. Could you imagine? Okay, half of the place is demolished, but your half looks okay. But you get a knock on your door, or someone outside says, okay, we're going to let 10 people in at a time, and you have 15 minutes. How do you know what to grab? How do you know? Like I have mementos of like my son's footprint in clay. I mean, it's stuff like that. I tell people the clothing, that stuff, you can just buy more. You know
what? That reminds, when you say that, I had an aha moment.
Okay.
For those kind of mementos, wouldn't it be good to have it in a storage unit away from your house?
Yeah.
So that if anything happens to your house, it's always safe and you always have it. Yeah. Because how many times do you really look at those mementos? I mean, only once in a while, right? If you really want it, you go to a storage unit and dig it up and bring it out.
But at least you know it's safe. So
that was a good idea I had just right then.
That's right. Ding, ding. Light bulb moment. So we are very sure that, the people who were allowed, hopefully they let them back in.
Right.
Because they could have said, no, we don't trust it, and down it goes. And that's your whole life.
Well, they demolished it, right?
Yeah.
So it's gone completely.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, could you imagine living in that side of the apartments?
Right.
And then saying that we're going to demolish it? You're like, where do you go from there?
Thank you.
How?
Thank you. And if you're purchasing, you got a mortgage payment that's going to be due. You're purchasing what? It's gone.
It's gone. How do you?
So does the government step in and say, we're going to move you from condo A over to this new complex, and the rent is the same, the unit, you know what I mean? There's a lot to be done.
Well, we don't know about the laws and so forth on that. So if you're watching and you know anything about the laws, comment below, because we'd love to hear what are your rights if you purchased it. Not if you're renting. I can understand if you're renting. Too bad. You find somewhere else. But if you've purchased, what do you do? What are your legal rights? Yeah.
Let us know. So now we're going to do something a little different. I've got 2 topics. Rosetta has 2 topics. And I'm going to do one. She's going to do one. I'll do one. She'll do another.
We're just going to talk free flow.
And we're going to just let it go.
Yep.
So I want to talk about the Olympics. Okay. I'm so excited to see Simone. Simone is off the chart. And I'm just so excited. I mean, it is hard to be an Olympian. The rules, the guidelines, the regulations, 6 hours a day in a gym, working out. I can't imagine what they did during COVID. Well, there's a young lady named Sha'Carri Robinson. Sha'Carri Robinson is a track. I can even use the word star, a track star. She was on her way. She was on her way to the Olympics. And you know, when you're going to the Olympics, they always give you rules and guidelines. So she started up a habit of smoking weed when her mom passed. I understand. That's devastating to lose a parent. However, if you're going to the Olympics and you know they're looking for any excuse to get rid of your butt, you don't break the rules.
Right.
She broke the rules. So they did the test and she tested positive. Not only did she lose her spot in the 100 dash, she also lost the opportunity to be a member of the relay team.
Wow.
So her 2021 Olympic chances are done.
It's out. And why? I don't understand. Why would you risk that opportunity? It's not like you're going to have another opportunity, right? You've been training all this time. You're going to have to wait till whatever year to do it.
Right.
What? I don't understand.
I don't think there's anything worth giving up an opportunity like that. I mean, she was like the little golden child. She had, and she did some tweets. And you all know that I love me some Justin on Daily Pop. And Justin was like, he's like, yeah, Miss Thing, you trying to clean it up, but
it's too late.
You broke the rules.
It's too late. You broke the rules. Rules are rules.
Yes. So comment below and let me know what you think. Do you think that the Olympic Committee was right to say no thank you this time? Or do you think they should have said she's young, she's stupid,
no,
she doesn't know what she does?
No, my decision is the rules are rules, you're out. You know well enough, this is the Olympics. They're not playing around here.
Exactly.
Right? Anyone else, they would have done the same thing.
Exactly.
Why does she get like a fair chance? She doesn't get a chance.
Yeah. I mean, her record, she could have broken the Olympic record. She just made some very, very bad decisions. And my goal and my hope for her is that she will see, alternatively, that was not a good decision for me to make.
How old was she?
I think she's like early 20s.
Early 20s. She should have known better than that.
Well, you would think. Well, see, the thing is, and this is the controversy, marijuana is legal in many countries. So if you are doing something that's legal, and like Justin said, he goes, it's not like it's going to make her run faster.
No.
So it doesn't dissipate your talent. However, it's just against the rules.
Against the rules. Rules are rules. I'm going to say it again. Rules are rules.
Right. Rules are rules. So, Miss Rosetta.
Yes, I have one topic, and I'd like to talk about AGT, America's Got Talent. Have you been watching it lately? I am impressed about this season. Have you been watching it?
Yes. Last night was amazing.
Oh my God. I did not watch last night's because I like to record everything and watch it afterwards so I can skip all the commercials.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I don't like the commercials. Did you watch Violet?
Yes.
9-year-old Violet. Oh my goodness. If you have not seen it, please.
Yes.
We're going to put a link below. She comes out, young 9-year-old African-American girl. I'm thinking she's singing. Okay, she's going to sing some kind of like song and it's going to sound like a child.
Right.
Like the typical child does sound.
Right.
Oh my God. All of a sudden she starts singing opera. I'm like, what?
Opera.
Opera.
Yes.
She is amazing.
I have chills.
I just started getting shivers.
I have chills now.
I got shivers and chills.
Yes.
And as J-Lo says, goosies.
Yes.
Goosies all over.
I got goosies.
So if that's not enough, did you watch the episode with the young guy? I forgot his name. Simon Cowell goes, what song are you going to sing? He says, Tomorrow by Annie. Remember the musical Annie?
Right.
Tomorrow. He goes, that's my worst song ever.
Yeah.
That's the worst song. I hate that song. Do you have another song? He wanted him really. He was serious. I thought he was joking.
No,
he said,
he
do you
really
have another
disliked
song
that.
to sing? And the guy goes, I felt so sad for him. He goes, no, that's the only song I have. I felt so bad for him because he hadn't come prepared, not knowing
that Simon was going to have issues.
Yes. Oh my God. The way he sung it, because I love Annie. I grew up on Annie. That was the very first film I saw in a movie theater, Annie, when I was younger.
Right.
And I remember seeing that. I was blown away. Oh my God. The way he sung Annie was unlike any other version I have ever heard before. He is amazing. I forget his name.
Yes.
I was just mesmerized. I was like, oh,
Yes.
I love Annie, but I love his version. I've never heard anyone singing his version. So I really need to do some research, get his name, because I forgot his name. But I'm so excited to hear
Yes.
what else he has to sing.
Yes.
Him and Victory, those are the
Yes.
two.
Yes.
And there's another group called The Other Direction. Not One Direction,
Oh,
The Other Direction.
Yes.
They are hilarious. Hilarious. So comment below if you have seen those three acts.
Yes.
The Other Direction, the guy that sung Annie, and Victory. And tell us what you think, because those are my three top ones.
And have you ever, in the history of AGT, ever seen all 5 judges and Terry, all judges?
Yes.
That was when they hit that golden buzzer, because Simon, he's like, we're not gonna put you through or something like that, and she's like, and I'm thinking, okay, I know you're lying. She was a little pitchy at points, but a beautiful voice.
She was 9 years old to sing like that. She's a baby. Yeah. So have you seen that? And also for the guy that sung Annie Tomorrow, I could not believe that everyone stood up except Sofia Vergara. And I'm like, why is Sophia not standing up? And they go to her and she goes, I don't like it. She goes, she's like Simon. She tried to fake us out. I don't like it.
What's her face? Because
Heidi.
No,
that was Sophia. Sophia said, I don't like it. I
Love
love it. And then she hit the golden buzzer.
Right.
And Simon goes, I was wondering why you were just
like, what is
sitting
wrong
there.
with
You weren't standing up and doing the standing up.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, what is wrong with her? And she didn't even seem that excited.
Well, this season, Howie is doing a few of those, because one of the groups that they put through, I'm trying to think of what they did. Oh, I know. It was the Marciano, the with the hats. And the mariachi band, and they're doing all that.
Yeah.
And then Howie's like, I don't get it. And Heidi leans over and she goes, "You love them, we love them." And Simon's like, "Well, we know you got 2 votes." So when they ripped the shirts off, but it was just
So this season is turning out to be really good. Tell us what you think in the comments below. How you like this season so far?
Yes. So the next thing I want to talk about is, I love music, all genres of music. Country is like, kind of down at the bottom. And I've shared with you all many times, I love me some Blake Shelton. Love him.
Blake Shelton.
And Gwen joined The Voice, and the two of them started a friendship, and then we got to see them fall in love. And, he put a ring on it in 2020 during the, COVID sheltering at home. And about a week ago, they got a marriage license. Well, apparently in, I don't know if it's, I know that he does a lot of stuff in Nashville, but I don't think his ranch is in
Oklahoma,
Nashville.
I think.
Okay,
Oklahoma.
So in Oklahoma, they have a time limit. So you have like 7 days. So they just got a marriage license. So everyone started speculating.
Yeah.
So Carson Daly from the Today Show was the officiant. He married them. And so he had pictures, and we'll put them so that you can see them. She had 2 dresses. Yes, that's the surprise. Gwyn and Blake got married.
Wow, I love them. They are just like, you would never expect them to be together. They're so yin and yang, right?
Yes.
Who would ever expect it? But their relationship has just taken off. It's like crazy.
Yes.
And you would see them during COVID. They would be interviewed together, and she would be there cutting Blake's hair.
Yes.
They would interview, and it'd be like, oh my God, such a cute couple. And,
yes.
And you would never expect Gwen to be singing country music.
Oh, I know. And even the wedding. So Blake had on a tux shirt and jacket with his jeans and his boots. And Gwen had on beautiful, elegant wedding dresses with white boots, cowboy boots.
Wedding dresses.
Yes.
I have not seen the pictures yet,
Yes.
so I'm going to take a look.
Yes.
We'll show you.
Yes, we'll show you everything. And the part for me, Carson said that about a week or two before the wedding, he said, he goes, he got them both on the phone and he says, we need to talk about this. You can't just do that. I take you to be my husband, good times, bad times, blah, blah, blah. He's like, you two have to do something different. So he says, I think you should write your vows. He leaves it at that. On the day of the wedding, Gwen goes first. She wrote her vows. She's reading them to Blake. He said, himself included, there is not a dry eye in the place. Everybody's crying. So then he goes, it's Blake's turn. And so we're waiting for Blake. And Blake says, I didn't write my vows. And he goes, what? And he goes, instead, I wrote a song.
I knew you were going to say that. Okay.
They say the guitar comes out. It's like there's a guitar on the side with a chair or a stool. So he goes and he sits on the stool and he plays the song. Carson says that Blake's got to release this song. He goes, it will be one of the best songs you've ever heard, especially knowing he wrote it for Gwen. Wow. So they showed them, partying with, he erected an arbor for the wedding. Blake is a sweetheart.
Well, here you go. Here are the pictures. Take a look at them.
Yes.
Take a look at them. Can you see?
Yes.
Put the pictures up here. Look at the dress, and there you have
and
it.
all the
There you go.
details.
Yes.
Of just how beautiful.
Yeah.
So congratulations to you both. I can't wait. I know one of you, I think she's off. I don't think she's doing The Voice this season. So it'll give them a little time away.
But she's in Vegas, right? Isn't she in Vegas? She's performing in Vegas.
That's why she's not going to be doing The Voice. But she is Mrs. Sheldon.
I love them. They make a really good couple.
Yes. All right, Miss Rosetta.
Oh, my one. I'm like on a roll with this tea. I love it. Like this cream, this salted cream. I'm like enjoying it. Oh my God, it's amazing. I can't put it down. I keep drinking it. But my next topic is going to be Kim Kardashian. You know it. Me and the Kardashians, right? Can't get away from that. So Kim has a cosmetic line called KKW. And she's actually going to be pulling it.
Yes.
Now, I knew exactly why. Because of the name.
You think that's why?
I think it's because of the name, but not only because of the name. There's other things she's thinking of doing.
Right.
Along with not just changing the name. Because it's Kim Kardashian West, right?
Right.
So because of her and Kanye, she wants to make a clean break. And she's going to be actually reformulating all her things, changing up the design, and she's going to be making it more sustainable, the line.
Right.
So my theory is that was the first thing I thought because of the name.
Right.
But on the side, she's doing all these other things, which is good.
Right.
Why not just revamp the whole thing?
Right.
And make it new and come out with something new. But Kim, she always comes out with good stuff.
Yes.
So I think, I'm not into buying name brands like that, like Kylie's makeup. I'm not into buying that.
Right.
I'm not into buying KKW just because it's, from the Kardashians.
Her names.
No, I buy Gloria's. Gloria's ancient stones, nurturing naturals, mineral makeup. That's what I buy. Mineral makeup is the way to go.
Yes.
But that's me. Did you hear about that?
I heard it also, and for me, I agree. My first thought was, she's got to get rid of that W, because unfortunately, 5 years out, Kim does something, Kanye's going to say, I inspired her to do that.
Oh, give me some of that money.
No, it's not about the money. It's about the bragging factor.
Oh,
it's the controlling factor.
Yes.
And so that's why I think she wants to get rid of that. And, I had heard that, she's taken the bar twice and she's on her third time. And so I thought that might also, because, she's doing more legal things.
Right.
So now she could be saying, wait a minute, I got to protect myself. I got to make
Right.
sure my company is more solid.
Right.
I gotta,
You're
and
right.
yeah, and
She's thinking more down the road,
Yes.
5-10 years down the
yes,
road.
not just
Are there going to
today.
be any legal repercussions on that?
Absolutely.
Yes.
So, it's going to be interesting to see how she shifts all of that. And it would really, really be wonderful, since she's a billionaire now, if she could figure out a way to make some of her components healthy, organic, and where a curvy girl could wear it without spending $1 million for it. Yeah, she said, I think in one of the early interviews, she had said that since she was a little girl, she would sew her own undergarments.
Right.
So how hard it is to find something that does what you need it to do. I've never had on a pair of Spanx, so I don't know what that feels like.
Oh my
But-
God. I've tried Spanx. I'll tell you, it's the
They
most
say it's-
uncomfortable thing ever.
Well, they said you can't
Ever.
breathe in them, and
Well,
then
it rolls and it makes yourself,
you're
it's just like,
self-conscious, because when we see like the Oscars and the BET awards and the
well,
Grammys
they don't
and
have
all of that,
Spanx. They must have better stuff.
well,
But all their clothes
Right.
are custom made to them. So
To
obviously
fit.
it's going to fit.
right,
But for us people, we need to look good in our clothes, right? So
right.
Spanx is not the way to go. I'm telling you, there's other companies out there that do way better, but Spanx is not. It's
Well,
horrible.
they were saying that when you put it on, it's difficult to get in it.
Yes.
It's even worse to get out of it.
Yes, to get it on, then you can't breathe. So you feel like you're out of breath the whole time, and then it just leaves marks on your body. It rolls.
Oh,
When you
wow.
sit down, it rolls. So you're like, if you don't want it to roll, you have to sit like this the whole time, up straight, but then it still rolls and you still can't breathe. So I
would think that would be very uncomfortable.
I-
I used to, back in the day, we used to wear girdles,
yes.
and you would pull the girdle up, and it would get to a certain point, and then if you had excess roll, it would just kind of hang over the top of the girdle. I used to think to myself, this is so stupid. But it was what all the girls were doing, and then they came out with the extended bras you could put an extended bra which would meet the girdle, and it would kind of be what Spanx is today.
Right,
I'm sure.
right. I think I still have my Spanx. I just keep it for nostalgic sake, saying I have a pair of Spanx.
Yeah.
But you're right. I think Kim should come out with, for her makeup line, something more healthier and organic.
Yeah.
And then for her clothing line, I don't know what she's going to do, but I would love for her to come out with something that's not expensive, that people can afford.
Can actually afford.
Now, I remember Sarah Jessica Parker,
Yeah.
she came out with her own clothing line and everything was under $40, I
Right.
remember. I'm not sure if it's still there because I never really paid attention to that. But I have to do some research and see what happened to that, because everything was, and she was actually on some talk shows showing that, doing some fashion show on that.
Right.
So I'm wondering if she still has that line.
I don't know. Because every time somebody comes out with a new fashion trend, I always like to try and check it out and see. There's a comedian, her name is Monique. And Monique came out with, when she's on stage, her clothes are just so beautiful. So my husband, he's like, oh, I think we should buy you that one. I like that outfit. And it was a long jacket with a little short top and a pair of slacks. The jacket was $1,500. The little cameo kind of top was like $100, and the pants was like $5. I was like,
Yeah.
So, I know you understand, rich people, that your name is very valuable. And yes, it is. However, is it valuable enough for you to help someone afford you, or do you just care that
Well,
it's
that's
expensive?
why I loved it when Sarah Jessica Parker came out with $40 and under.
Yeah.
Because everyday normal people can buy it.
Yes.
I understand. You're actually, if you make it so high end, the pricing, you're like eliminating normal people. And normal people are going to buy it, but they're going to be stretching their budget.
Right.
And they're going to be going into debt for that because they want the name.
Right. Or they have to wait until it goes to a discount location or goes on sale. And when you were saying that, it reminded me, one of my favorite movies is The Devil Wears Prada.
Oh.
Okay. And there's a scene in there where she's all on Anne Hathaway about a blue sweater. And she goes, you think that's just a blue sweater? She goes, that sweater was created by this designer on this date, and then that sweater it went from there to here, and it was. I mean, she gave the evolution of how they selected that color blue.
Yes.
And I thought to myself, that's why I go to the discount locations, because even I'm a naughty girl. I love Nordstrom clothes. I don't like Nordstrom prices.
Right.
All you gotta do is wait a bit until it gets on that clearance rack, and then you can buy it. Or I learned this. I'm going to hip you all to a secret in retail. If a buyer buys a rounder of clothes and they put them on the floor, if those clothes don't start to move, it's not the people not buying them's fault. It's the buyer.
Right.
So the buyer will discount them until they get them to start moving.
Right.
So just keep that in the back of your mind.
So you wait until they start getting discounted.
Until it's a reasonable price. I don't have a problem paying a good price for good merchandise.
Right.
Especially if it's something that I know will expand the test of time. It will last. It is, like they call it the simple black dress. If you buy a good simple black dress, you can wear that dress for the rest of your life.
Right. Yeah.
So there are investments that you want to make. But Kim, sweetheart, try and help it so people will be able to walk around and say, oh, that's a Kim Kardashian you're wearing. Because right now, other than you people in Hollywood, nobody's wearing your clothes. Not the regular people.
There's regular people that are going beyond their budget to try and buy it.
Oh, I know.
It's crazy.
Yeah, putting themselves out. So
I won't be buying it if it's that expensive. Thank you.
So that was our new little flavor of just talking about things.
Just talking.
Yes.
We love it.
So our COVID update, as you can see, we're sitting side by side. We're talking. We're in an enclosed room. We don't have to have our mask on. We're fully vaccinated. We're so grateful for the opportunity that we have in knowing we're going to be okay. This new Delta variant is scary. People are acting as if there is no, even today, there is no COVID. There never was COVID. All of the 600,000+ people who died in the United States of America is just a Democratic lie, and on and on and on.
Or a conspiracy.
Yes, on and on and on. And I've never understood how people could believe this. And a friend of mine shared with me, she says, you know how? She goes, just like when you go to a cult, and when you first get there and you look at the people and you think, y'all crazy.
Yeah.
That would never happen to me. But then they find out a way to talk to you that you hear them. And then everywhere you go, you hear the same message. And before you know it, you are speaking that message.
Yeah, that's what you call a cult.
Yes. You become, like I always call it, you drink the tea.
Drink the Kool-Aid. You
Yes,
drink the Kool-Aid. That's what they call it, right?
Yes. I always call it tea because, most of the people are adults. And I'm like, okay, this is bigger than Kool-Aid. This is a cocktail. This is a martini. You're drinking the tea. So with all of this going on, we have seen a lot of people who are, they're just in denial and they're refusing to believe what is really going on. So please, a friend of mine said, they put a tracking into this. So if my brother is crossed the border illegally, they can track him. And I go, does your brother have a cell phone? He goes, well, of course. And I go, that's all the tracking
They're
they
already
need.
tracking you, dear.
If they wanted you, they know where you are.
Right.
And tell your friend, your brother, whoever that is, to start going through the paperwork and do it the legal way. So.
Yeah, we just say, both me and Gloria always say, be informed, be educated,
Yes.
and make your own educated decisions.
Yes.
Try not to drink the tea.
Yes. Because it's not all good tea. So we always like to end our show talking about Ellen. We are so sure she is out with her team working on season 19. I guarantee you that is going to be an amazing season. She and I were trying to figure out how to get there.
Oh, I forgot I was meant to go on and figure out how to get
Yeah.
tickets for season 19.
Yeah.
So I'll do that, and then I'll share with everyone next week
Yes.
how, if we can even get onto season 19.
Absolutely, because
Gonna
there's
check.
so many people.
Oh.
You know, because every time someone's on this season, she says, I want you to come for my last season. I want you to come for my last season. So it's going to be amazing. Whatever she does, it's going to be amazing.
Yep, it is. Yeah. Yep. And we're so glad that you all could join us, and we're so happy
Yes.
that we're back together.
Yes.
It's so, oh my God, I can't believe it. I mean, there's still people doing stuff virtually, but I'm so glad that we can get out there. I mean, I get my energy off of other people.
Yeah.
And I miss that big time. There are some people that are introverts because they like going out, but they get tired easily.
Right.
So they have to retreat and go back home.
Right.
But I love that
You're the
energy.
opposite.
I'm the opposite. I'm an extrovert, and I like that energy. And I'm
Yeah.
just so happy, everyone. Can you
Yeah.
see that? And we're going to be visiting a lot of tea places now
Yes.
that we can be out and about,
Yes.
but still being careful. We're still being careful and doing those CDC protocols.
Yes.
But I'm excited because
Yes.
there's so much we can do. So
Yes.
what does Ellen say?
Ellen always says, I feel the love in this room. I send it back out to you. Go out and spread it around and make it a great day.
Make it a great
Yes,
day,
a
everyone.
wonderful day.
And if anyone watching out there makes tea, sells tea, or has a tea shop in the Bay Area, we would love to patronize
Yes.
your shop, and maybe you'll be featured in a future one of our chats.
Absolutely.
We had a yummy time with our
Yeah.
boba. This is
Yes.
Bobalicious.
Yes.
If you're in the Bay Area, it is on Brokaw.
Yes, right off of Brokaw and 13th Street.
It's called Bobalicious again.
Yes.
And I love it because the employees are really, really friendly. We
Yes.
took forever trying to
Yes.
make up
Asking
our mind.
questions. Well, what is this? And what ingredients do you put in it? And they were so cool. Like they told us, they said, we used to have this cream cheese, but we had to get rid of it because it had things
Or
in
this
it.
and that. So we
You know,
decided
so we
to
got-
mix it and
Yes.
this. So they're happy to answer questions. They don't look at you like,
You're crazy.
what are you asking? Why are you asking so many questions? And I like the location.
Yes.
And we got parking. That was great.
Absolutely.
But yeah, we'd like to feature your teas in one of our chats, right? We love that.
Absolutely.
We love that. We love if it's in the Bay Area.
Absolutely.
But if you sell teas and we can buy them online, we'd like to do that, and we'd like to feature your teas, and maybe we could interview you. Never know, we could do that because we've done that with in the past. We did it
Yes.
with another gal.
Yes.
Check out our other chat with Chantel from Sipology. We could
Yes.
do it virtually,
Yes.
so
we
we'd
can
love
make it
to do
safe.
that.
So, you know, if you're ready to get back into the swing of everyday visitors of teas, or even if you're not and you're selling them online and you'll give them a special discount if we refer them, let us know. We'd love to partner with you.
Yes, we will, because you know us and our teas. Thank you, everyone, so much. And if you liked our video and our chats, hit the thumb icon to say that you liked it, so we know, because that's the way we know.
That's right.
And don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell notification, ding, ling, 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 if you don't want to miss any of our chats. But thanks, everyone. And remember to always keep smiling. Bye-bye. Take care.